I went to Texas Western, then as it is now, was still a commuter school. So I lived at home, went to my classes, came home for lunch. All my classes were in the mornings. I would have an occasional lab maybe in the afternoon. I majored in history. Most of my classes were either history classes or political science. And then when I graduated in 1966, then, as I said, my brother had already gone on to get his MA, was working on his MA. So he kind of carved the path. I decided that I would apply to get into the MA program in history there at Texas Western, which I did. And I became a teaching assistant, a graduate teaching assistant in the fall of 1966. By then, of course, the institution had been renamed to the University of Texas, El Paso. So when I got my MA 2 years later in '68, then it was from UT. And it's interesting because I look back and I tell my students who ask me, or my graduate students, when did you become interested in becoming a professor? And I said, well, you know, now that I look back on it, when I was a senior, and I think it was in Dr. Fuller's class, and hearing him lecture, I think I remember thinking, you know, I think I could do that. I think I could do that. Mexican Americans, those, you know, who bridge these two cultures, the Mexicanos tend to look down upon them and say they're not Mexicano enough. Of course, the Anglo-Americans tend to look down on them for a lot of other reasons. But the sense has been that, you know, somehow these people were decultured. They didn't have because they lived in between culture. Well, that to me is nonsense. They created their own culture, and it was a very vibrant culture. They brought together the influences that impacted them. In a way, I was unconsciously carving out my own kind of Chicano studies, perhaps because I was studying both U.S. history, but also Mexican and Latin American history, Latin American politics. I took my political science. So I was kind of trying to develop something that seemed to speak more maybe to my own particular experience.